You've probably heard of Aviator, that flashy online betting game where a red plane promises to turn you into a millionaire in seconds. But what you haven't heard is this. Aviator is Africa's most destructive digital epidemic. Behind the animations and quick dopamine hits lies a dark, brutal truth. One of bankruptcies, suicides, broken families, and futures that never stood a chance. People like Khalif Cairo may parade Aviator as a golden ticket out of poverty, but in reality, it's a psychological slot machine designed to make you lose. What if I told you this isn't by accident? What if there's an actual science, an algorithm behind how Aviator keeps you addicted? What if there's a reason you'll never pay off your debts or travel the world through this game?
Stick around. By the end of this video, you'll understand the side of the game they've hidden from you. But be warned, the truth is hard. It's built on deception, manipulation, and weaponized psychology. If you're brave enough to keep listening, you might just walk away with the one thing Aviator doesn't want you to have: freedom.
Would you call me a liar? January 15th, 2019, Tbilisi, Georgia. Deep in the Caucasus Mountains, a businessman named Tamuras Uglava was done with slow-burn casino games. He wanted faster losses, faster profits, something viral. That's when he created Aviator, a deceptively simple game. A plane takes off, a multiplier rises, and you cash out before it crashes. Easy to understand. Addictive beyond belief, and tragically effective. Weeks later, on February 5th, 2019, global betting giant Flutter Entertainment acquired Uglava's company, Aviator. But in their rush to seal the deal, they made a critical error. They forgot to secure the Aviator brand. That mistake ignited a $330 million legal dispute. But more importantly, it left room for a small Estonian company called Pribe to spread this digital plague across the world. And it did, until it arrived at its most dangerous testing ground yet, Kenya.
June 27th, 2023. Nairobi, Kenya. M-PESA, once banned but now back in business, returned hungrier than ever. They decided ordinary sports betting wasn't draining people fast enough, so they introduced Aviator, branding it with the slogan "Do Pesa Vieta," take off with Sport Pesa. But the real translation, kiss your money goodbye.
They made it accessible. Too accessible. You could bet with just 5 shillings. Aviator flooded the betting scene. Betica, BangBet, SportyBet, 1xBet, and every shady site your favorite celebrity tells you to join. M-PESA made things worse. Depositing money into Aviator became easier than buying airtime.
Aviator gives you small wins to keep you chasing the jackpot, but statistically, you're playing a game with a 3% house edge. For every 1,000 Kenyan shillings you bet, you're mathematically losing 30 Kenyan shillings. And the more you play, the more you lose. It's not bad luck, it's built into the system.
What about those 100x multipliers? The big money? They're rigged to be statistically irrelevant. They appear just enough to keep you hooked, but not enough to make you win. The algorithm doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about feeding you small wins, so you stay long enough to lose everything. Every element of Aviator is weaponized. The 15-second rounds eliminate rational thinking. Unlike traditional betting, which gives you time to pause, Aviator removes that safety net. It's pure impulse. Charts showing others cashing out big? Fake. They're algorithmically generated to trick your brain into thinking everyone's winning except you. It's peer pressure on steroids. Even the so-called free bet is a trap. You lose 5,000 Kenyan shillings, and they give you 10 Kenyan shillings to keep you playing. That's like the government taxing you 8,000 Kenyan shillings, then raising your salary by 2,000 Kenyan shillings and calling it progress. And the worst deception of all? Control. You press the cash out button. You think you're in charge. You're not. That's like thinking you control the weather because you brought an umbrella. By the end of 2023, Aviator had become a social media phenomenon. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all flooded with screenshots of big wins and celebrity endorsements. Win big with Aviator, they said. But behind the filters and flashy graphics was a rising tide of addiction and despair. They didn't show you the people selling their laptops, taking out mobile loans, sinking into depression. They didn't show you the bodies. October 1st, 2024, Kakamega, Kenya. A woman was found dead in her shop. After losing her entire working capital, 60,000 Kenyan shillings, on Aviator. Suicide. It wasn't an isolated case. Mental health professionals reported surging cases of gambling-related anxiety and depression. Young people were selling everything, phones, shoes, dreams, just to keep betting. January 19, 2025, Choma, Zambia. A deputy head teacher, entrusted with funds meant for vulnerable families, decided to gamble it on Aviator. He lost everything. He was arrested. April 1st, 2025, Eldoret, Kenya. Dismas Mutai lost 2.8 million Kenyan shillings meant for his overseas education, money raised by his family and community. His final words on Facebook? "I'm not okay. I've fallen into a disastrous trap." Same day, Nairobi, Miriam Wira, a businesswoman, won 264,000 Kenyan shillings on her first bet. She thought it was a breakthrough. Months later, she'd lost it all and convinced her parents to sell their only cow so she could keep playing. This isn't a game. The game is playing you. And now, the final blow. A whistleblower from one of Kenya's top betting companies stepped forward. What they revealed was horrifying. The entire system